Ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you to explore a subject that is the bedrock of every achievement, every victory, and every transformation: mental strength. This strength isn't reserved for the privileged few. It's a skill, and anyone willing to work for it can develop it. Mental toughness is not built overnight. It's a journey, a discipline, and a daily battle. So let's talk about how we can unlock this strength within. The first secret is controlling your thoughts. Your mind is a battlefield, and what you permit will either build you up or tear you down. Weak thoughts weaken you, strong thoughts strengthen you. When doubt creeps in, don't entertain and replace it. Mental strength is about mastering this internal conversation. Secondly, embrace discomfort, because comfort zones are mental cages. Growth demands that you step into the unknown, into fear, and into difficulty. If you want to build strength, you must be willing to wrestle with discomfort. No challenge means no change, and no change means no growth. And here's another truth: control your emotions before they control you. Being mentally strong doesn't mean you never feel fear, anger, or frustration. It means you acknowledge those emotions, but you don't let them steer the wheel. Strength lies in the discipline to act in alignment with your goals, no matter what storm rages inside. Resilience is your best friend on this journey. Life will throw obstacles your way: failure, disappointment, and setbacks. But these are not the end, they're a test. The mentally strong don't crumble under pressure, they rise. They see failures not as defeats, but as instructions. Every fall becomes a stepping stone toward greater success. We also need to understand the value of delayed gratification. In a world obsessed with instant results, it takes strength to wait. It takes courage to stay committed when the results aren't visible yet. The strongest minds know that the rewards worth having take time to materialize. A key to mental strength is staying purpose-driven. Life will throw distractions and hardships your way, but a higher purpose will keep you grounded. When you know why you are doing what you do, you can endure anyhow. Purpose transforms ordinary people into extraordinary warriors. Another vital principle: eliminate excuses. Weak minds blame circumstances, people, and luck. Strong minds take ownership no matter what happens. When you embrace responsibility, you unlock the power to change your situation. Mental strength means saying, "It's up to me," and living accordingly. Lastly, be intentional about the company you keep. The people around you are shaping the way you think. Do they challenge you to be better, or do they drain your energy? Surround yourself with those who believe in your potential, and distance yourself from anything that weakens your spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, mental strength is not a gift, it's a decision. It's the discipline to think differently, to push through discomfort, to act with purpose, and to stay resilient no matter the odds. You don't have to be extraordinary to begin, but you do have to begin to become extraordinary. The question isn't whether life will challenge you, the question is whether you will rise stronger each time. The choice is yours. So today I challenge you to develop the discipline, embrace the struggle, become the strongest version of yourself. The mind is the birthplace of everything we are, everything we do, and everything we become. Your thoughts are not just fleeting ideas, they are seeds. What you plant in the garden of your mind will take root and grow, eventually shaping the reality you experience. If you sow doubt, fear, and insecurity, you will harvest anxiety and failure. But if you plant thoughts of faith, courage, and purpose, your life will reflect strength, clarity, and victory. Your mind is a sacred place, and the battle for mental strength begins here. It's essential to understand that not every thought deserves your attention. Your mind will produce thousands of thoughts each day. But just because a thought crosses your mind doesn't mean it has the right to stay there. Mental strength means developing the discipline to discern which thoughts to nurture and which to reject. Think of it like a doorman guarding the entrance of your mind. If a thought does not serve your higher purpose, you don't entertain it. You don't let it settle in your spirit. You must learn to say, "This thought is not welcome here." Your thoughts are powerful because they shape your perspective, and your perspective influences how you respond to life. Two people can face the same obstacle, but one will see a setback and the other will see an opportunity. What makes the difference? It's how they think. When you control your thoughts, you take control of your perception. And once you have control over your perception, you have control over your reality. However, controlling your thoughts doesn't mean denying reality. It's not pretending that challenges don't exist. It's choosing how you frame those challenges. You see, mental weakness allows circumstances to dictate thoughts. I feel tired, so I'll quit. This is hard, so maybe it's not meant for me, but mental strength flips the script. Instead of saying, this is impossible, the mentally strong person says, how can I make this possible? It's not about ignoring difficulties, it's about interpreting them in a way that empowers you rather than paralyzes you. Mental strength also means learning to replace toxic thoughts with empowering ones. There will be moments when negativity whispers, you are not enough or this will never work, but here is the truth. You cannot stop negative thoughts from coming, but you can decide what happens next. Do you allow them to echo within you, or do you confront them with truth? When a thought says, I'm not good enough, you must respond with, I have everything I need to succeed. When a thought says, this is too hard, you declare, I am built for hard things. What you tell yourself matters more than what happens around you. The key is repetition. Just like physical muscles grow through constant training, your mind becomes stronger when you repeatedly replace negative thoughts with empowering ones. One replacement won't change everything, but persistent effort will rewire your thinking over time. Soon, the thoughts that once overwhelmed you will no longer have the same power, because you will have trained your mind to think differently. Controlling your thoughts also requires mindfulness. You must be aware of what occupies your mind daily. What do you spend time thinking about? Are your thoughts aligned with where you want to go, or are they dragging you backward? Mental strength demands that you constantly check in with yourself. Is this thought helping me? Or is it hurting me? If it is not serving you, release it. Don't carry what isn't meant to help you grow. The mind will always try to wander. It will dwell on the past, worry about the future, or focus on things outside your control. But mental strength is the ability to pull your thoughts back into alignment. You can't change the past, and you can't control the future, but you can control how you think in this moment. And when you learn to control this moment, you begin to shape every moment that follows. Remember, every thought you choose to entertain is a vote for the person you are becoming. Thoughts don't just visit, they build. What you think today is laying the foundation for the life you will walk into tomorrow. If you want to live with strength, clarity, and peace, it starts with guarding your thoughts. If you want to accomplish great things, you must first think great thoughts. The mind is the first battlefield, and winning there ensures victory everywhere else. You can't always control what happens around you, but you can control what happens within you. And when you take charge of your thoughts, you take charge of your life. Discomfort is an inevitable part of life, but for many it becomes an enemy to avoid at all costs. We seek comfort in routines and familiarity in what feels safe. But here's the truth that many people miss. Discomfort is not your enemy, it is your teacher. If you want to become mentally strong, you must embrace discomfort as the catalyst for growth. It is in the uncomfortable moments, the moments that stretch us beyond what we think we can handle, that true strength is built. Growth does not happen in the places where everything is easy. It happens in the struggle. It happens when you are pushed beyond your limits and forced to confront what you are made of. The strongest trees are those that have faced the fiercest winds, and the strongest minds are those that have been tested by discomfort. Without challenge, there is no change. Without discomfort, there is no development. The key is to understand that discomfort is not a sign that you're on the wrong path. In fact, it is often a sign that you are exactly where you need to be. The moments that make you question your strength are the very moments that are refining that strength. Too often we shy away from the difficult, thinking that ease is the path to success. But true success, the kind that transforms you from the inside out, requires that you step into the unknown, the unfamiliar, and the difficult. When you embrace discomfort, you are telling yourself, I am capable of more. You are pushing the boundaries of what you thought was possible. You see, mental weakness stays in the comfort zone. It chooses the path of least resistance. It settles for the familiar because the familiar feels safe. But mental strength understands that safety is often a trap. What feels safe may keep you stagnant. It may protect you from temporary pain, but it also prevents you from experiencing the fullness of your potential. Let's be clear, discomfort does not mean chaos. It does not mean throwing yourself into situations that are harmful or unwise. It means intentionally seeking out experiences that stretch you. It means allowing yourself to be challenged so that you can grow. It means being willing to feel uncomfortable in the pursuit of something greater. Think about the moments in your life where you felt the most growth. Were they in times of ease? Or were they in times where you had to push through obstacles? Where you had to confront fears? Where you had to stretch beyond what you thought you were capable of? Every great achievement requires discomfort. Every significant transformation demands that you endure seasons of uncertainty, of difficulty, and of pain. Discomfort is the doorway to a new version of yourself. It strips away the illusions of weakness and reveals the core of your strength. When you feel discomfort, it is your spirit telling you that something is being developed within you. Embracing discomfort is not about seeking pain for the sake of pain. It is about understanding that pain can be a pathway to progress. Too many people quit when things get hard, not realizing that the discomfort they feel is the refining process that will make them stronger. When you embrace discomfort, you shift your mindset. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You start asking, what can I learn from this? Instead of retreating in the face of a challenge, you step forward with the understanding that every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Discomfort is temporary, but the growth it brings is permanent. Each time you push through, each time you lean into the difficult, you are building resilience. You are expanding your capacity. You are training your mind to thrive in environments where others would give up. This is what sets mentally strong people apart. They do not run from discomfort. They embrace it as part of their journey toward greatness. And here's the most powerful truth: discomfort prepares you for the extraordinary. If you only ever do what feels comfortable, you will only ever experience ordinary results. But when you dare to step into the discomfort, when you dare to challenge yourself, you open the door to extraordinary outcomes. The dreams you have, the goals you set, the impact you desire to make, they all require you to get uncomfortable. They require you to stretch beyond what feels easy. The beauty of embracing discomfort is that it becomes a habit. The more you train yourself to endure and thrive in difficult situations, the less fearful you become of future challenges. You start to see discomfort not as something to avoid, but as a signal that you are growing. And once you've mastered that mindset, nothing can stop you. You become unstoppable, not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. In life, you will face discomfort whether you choose to or not. But when you embrace it, you control the narrative. You become the architect of your growth. You decide that discomfort is not something to be feared, but something to be harnessed. Every time you face it, you are being given the chance to build a mind that is stronger, a spirit that is more resilient, and a future that is filled with possibilities. So, don't fear discomfort. Embrace it. Lean into it. And know that every time you do, you are shaping yourself into a person of greater strength, greater courage, and greater purpose. Emotions are powerful forces that shape how we think, behave, and respond to the world around us. They can either elevate us to our highest potential or drag us into destructive patterns. Mastering emotional discipline is not about suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist. It is about developing the ability to feel deeply without being controlled by what you feel. It is learning to navigate your emotions rather than allowing them to navigate you. Mental strength begins with emotional mastery, because the one who masters their emotions masters their life. Feelings are like the weather. They come and go, sometimes bright and calm, sometimes stormy and unpredictable. Just as a sailor learns to navigate both smooth seas and rough waters, emotional discipline teaches you to remain steady no matter what emotional storm rises within you. It is recognizing that emotions are temporary visitors, not permanent residents. You can feel them without allowing them to dictate your decisions. Emotional discipline starts with awareness. You must become aware of what you are feeling and why you are feeling it. Many people live at the mercy of emotions they don't even understand. They react impulsively only to regret it later. But those who master their emotions learn to step back and observe what they are feeling before responding. This is the power of pause. When an emotion rises, whether it is anger, fear, sadness, or frustration, take a moment to breathe. That pause creates the space you need to respond wisely rather than react impulsively. Here's the truth: not every emotion deserves a reaction. Just because you feel angry doesn't mean you need to lash out. Just because you feel discouraged doesn't mean you should give up. Emotional discipline gives you the power to choose your response, regardless of how strong the emotion feels. It is the ability to act according to your purpose and values, even when your emotions are pulling you in a different direction. Emotions are not bad in themselves, they are indicators. Anger might reveal that a boundary has been crossed. Sadness might indicate that you value something you've lost. Fear might highlight an area where you need to grow. But here's the key: emotions are signals, not commands. They are meant to inform you, not control you. Just because an emotion rises does not mean you are obligated to obey it. Emotional discipline teaches you to listen to what your emotions are saying without allowing them to dictate your behavior. Mastering emotional discipline also means not being a prisoner of other people's emotions. You must learn not to take on the burdens of others' moods or frustrations. People will say and do things that trigger emotional responses in you, but their behavior does not have to determine yours. Emotional discipline allows you to maintain your peace even in the presence of chaos. You become like a thermostat rather than a thermometer setting the emotional climate instead of merely reflecting the emotions around you. There will be moments when emotions feel overwhelming, when fear paralyzes you, frustration clouds your judgment, or sadness weighs heavily on your heart. In those moments, emotional discipline is the quiet strength that says, this feeling will pass, but my purpose remains. Emotional mastery allows you to sit with discomfort without losing sight of your goals. It helps you stay focused on the bigger picture, even when emotions try to shrink your perspective. Another important element of emotional discipline is learning the art of releasing emotions in healthy ways. Discipline is not denial. It's not about bottling up your feelings until they explode. True mastery involves finding constructive outlets for what you feel, whether it's through journaling, talking to someone you trust, or taking time to reflect. When you release emotions in a healthy way, they lose their power to control you. You express them without being enslaved by them. Discipline also requires consistency. You won't master your emotions overnight. It's a daily practice. Each time you resist the temptation to react impulsively, you strengthen your emotional muscle. Each time you choose to act according to wisdom instead of emotion, you are building resilience. Over time, emotional discipline becomes second nature. You'll find that emotions that once controlled you no longer have the same grip on your mind or actions. The emotionally disciplined person does not deny pain, fear, or anger. They acknowledge these feelings without surrendering to them. Emotional mastery means saying, yes, I feel this, but I am not this. I have these emotions, but they do not have me. This shift in mindset allows you to remain in control, even when life feels chaotic. You may not be able to control what happens around you, but you can always control how you respond. And in that response lies your power. Emotional discipline also prepares you for relationships. Whether in personal or professional settings, emotional mastery is essential for healthy connections. When you can manage your emotions, you create space for understanding, empathy, and meaningful communication. You stop reacting defensively and start responding thoughtfully. Emotional discipline allows you to hear what others are saying without letting your emotions distort their message. It enables you to handle conflicts with grace and resolve them with wisdom. Finally, mastering emotional discipline is about becoming the kind of person who is not easily shaken. Life will test you. Disappointments will come. People will frustrate you. Unforeseen challenges will arise. But emotional mastery gives you the ability to remain centered, calm, and focused no matter what comes your way. You become unshakable not because life becomes easier, but because you have learned to govern your inner world. The truth is, the greatest battles you will fight are not external, they are internal. Mastering emotional discipline means becoming the commander of your soul, the one who determines how you will feel, think, and act no matter what the world throws at you. And once you've mastered your emotions, nothing can control you, not circumstances, not people, and not even fear. You become free. Free to live with purpose, to pursue your calling, and to walk with strength in every season of life. Resilience is the ability to bend without breaking, to face pressure without collapsing, and to rise stronger each time you fall. Life is unpredictable. It will throw challenges, setbacks, disappointments, and failures your way. Resilience is what allows you to endure, learn, and keep moving forward when everything within you says, quit. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship. It's about developing the strength to thrive in the midst of it. You do not truly know your strength until that strength has been tested. Resilience begins with a mindset and understanding that adversity is not the enemy. Tough times do not come to destroy you, they come to develop you. Difficult seasons are like a refining fire, uncomfortable. Yes, but they burn away weakness and reveal the gold within you. A resilient mind understands that setbacks are part of the journey, not the end of it. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me, the resilient person asks, what is this teaching me? You see, resilience is not denial, it's acceptance. It is accepting that life will not always go as planned, but deciding that no setback has the power to define your future. The road to success is rarely smooth. It is paved with delays, failures, closed doors, and disappointments, but every obstacle contains within it an opportunity. Delayed gratification is the ability to resist the temptation of immediate pleasure for the sake of something greater in the future. It is the discipline to say no to what is easy and convenient now so that you can say yes to what is meaningful and rewarding later. It is the principle that nothing of lasting value is built overnight. The mentally strong understand that patience is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is the ability to recognize that the things worth having require time, effort, and persistence. The truth is, we live in a world obsessed with instant results. Society celebrates shortcuts, quick wins, and overnight success. But here's the reality: anything that comes quickly is usually shallow success that lasts, whether in your career, relationships, or personal growth, takes time. It is built layer by layer, moment by moment, choice by choice. Practicing delayed gratification is the commitment to honor the process rather than rushing to the result. When you delay gratification, you train your mind to focus on long-term goals rather than being distracted by temporary pleasures. It requires saying no to good things now so you can experience great things later. It's choosing the discomfort of hard work today so you can enjoy the fruits of your labor tomorrow. It's like planting a seed. If you dig it up every day to see if it's growing, you ruin the process. But if you water it faithfully, trust the soil, and allow time to do its work, you will eventually see a harvest. Delayed gratification isn't just about waiting, it's about what you do while you wait. It's not passive. It's an active discipline that requires effort and consistency. You keep showing up, even when the results are not immediate. You keep sowing seeds, even when there is no sign of harvest yet. You keep working, even when the reward feels distant. The mentally strong understand that waiting is not wasted time, it's preparation. Every moment of patience strengthens your character and sharpens your skills for when the opportunity finally arrives. Here's the key: delaying gratification isn't about deprivation, it's about investment. When you sacrifice comfort today, you are not losing, you are investing in your future. When you save your energy, time, and resources for something greater down the road, you are setting yourself up for long-term success. Think of an athlete who trains every day, resisting unhealthy habits that might feel good in the moment because they are focused on a future victory. Or think of the person who saves money now, resisting unnecessary purchases because they are building financial freedom later. Every small act of discipline compounds into something greater over time. The challenge, however, is that delayed gratification demands trust. You must trust the process. You must trust that what you are working toward will eventually come to pass, even when you cannot see it yet. This is where many people struggle. They want results now. And when the outcome doesn't come immediately, they quit. But the mentally strong understand that the waiting season is a necessary part of the journey. It tests your patience, refines your motives, and prepares you to handle the success when it finally arrives. Delayed gratification also develops resilience. It strengthens your ability to endure discomfort without losing sight of your purpose. When you can deny yourself a lesser pleasure today, you prove to yourself that you have the inner strength to stay committed to what truly matters. Each time you resist the urge to settle for immediate gratification, you are reinforcing the belief that you are capable of achieving something greater. This builds not only mental strength, but also self-respect, because every disciplined choice affirms that you are in control of your life and your future. There will be moments when the temptation to take the easy road feels overwhelming. But remember, the easy road rarely leads to meaningful destinations. Anything worth having requires effort. The mentally strong are willing to endure seasons of sacrifice because they know that the joy of the reward far outweighs the temporary comfort of the shortcut. They understand that the things that come quickly also fade quickly, but the things that take time last a lifetime. Patience is not just waiting, it's waiting with expectation. It's knowing that every disciplined choice is bringing you closer to your goal, even if you can't see the progress yet. It's the faith to keep building, the endurance to keep working, and the wisdom to keep waiting. Those who practice delayed gratification are not driven by the desire for quick results, they are driven by the desire for lasting impact. In the end, delayed gratification is not just about achieving a goal. It's about becoming the kind of person who is prepared to handle the success. It shapes your character, sharpens your focus, and deepens your understanding of what truly matters. It teaches you that the value of something lies not just in obtaining it, but in the journey of becoming who you need to be along the way. The reward for practicing delayed gratification is not only the achievement itself, but the transformation you undergo in the process. You become stronger, wiser, and more capable of handling life's challenges. And when the reward finally comes, whether it is personal growth, financial success, or fulfilling a dream, you will appreciate it more, knowing that it was not given to you, but earned through patience, discipline, and unwavering commitment. Purpose is the anchor that keeps you grounded when life's storms rage. It is the reason you wake up every morning with a sense of meaning, clarity, and direction. Without purpose, life becomes a series of random events, and challenges feel overwhelming because they seem pointless. But when you live with purpose, every moment, whether joyful or painful, becomes part of a greater plan. Purpose gives your life meaning, focus, and resilience. It provides a reason to keep moving forward, no matter how hard things get. Staying purpose-driven means aligning your actions, thoughts, and decisions with a higher calling. It is living intentionally, knowing that everything you do serves a greater goal. Purpose is not just about finding something you love, it's about committing to something bigger than yourself. When you live with purpose, life is no longer about comfort or convenience, it becomes about fulfilling what you were born to do. Purpose-driven people understand that they have been placed on this earth for a reason, and that reason becomes their guiding compass. They don't allow distractions or temporary setbacks to derail them because their focus is not on the moment, it's on the mission. Staying purpose-driven means recognizing that not everything will feel exciting or rewarding in the short term, but everything matters when it contributes to your greater goal. There will be days when the work feels hard, when progress seems slow, and when you question whether the effort is even worth it. But purpose-driven people keep going because they are not driven by how they feel in the moment, they are driven by the vision they carry. Their actions are not determined by convenience, but by conviction. They understand that purpose demands consistency, even in seasons of difficulty or uncertainty. Purpose simplifies life. When you know your purpose, you are no longer pulled in 1,000 directions, chasing everything that looks good. Instead, you learn to say no to distractions, even good ones, because they are not aligned with your mission. Purpose-driven living is about focus. It's about pouring your energy into what truly matters and letting go of anything that doesn't serve your calling. Not every opportunity is meant for you. Not every battle needs your attention. Purpose teaches you what to pursue and what to release. The mentally strong stay purpose-driven because purpose gives them perspective. When difficulties arise, they don't crumble under the pressure because they understand that setbacks are not the end of the story. They are just part of the journey. Purpose-driven people see obstacles not as signs to quit, but as opportunities to grow. They understand that challenges refine their character, sharpen their skills, and prepare them for what lies ahead. Purpose gives them the strength to persevere when others would give up, because they know that every struggle serves a purpose greater than the pain it brings. Staying purpose-driven requires clarity. You must regularly remind yourself of why you do what you do. In the business of life, it's easy to lose sight of your mission. That's why purpose-driven people take time to reflect, recalibrate, and refocus. They constantly reconnect with their why, the reason they started in the first place. They understand that purpose is not automatic, it must be nurtured. It's easy to drift when you're not intentional, so they create habits that keep them aligned with their vision. Living with purpose also requires the courage to stay the course when the journey gets tough, and the courage to say no to paths that don't align with your calling. Purpose-driven people understand that the road to significance is often lonely. Not everyone will understand your mission, and not everyone will support your decisions, But when you are anchored in purpose, you no longer seek the approval of others. You know that your worth is tied not to what others think, but to fulfilling the assignment that was placed within you. Purpose-driven living is about service. Your purpose is never just about you. It is always connected to something or someone beyond yourself. Whether it is a business, a relationship, a movement, or a dream, your purpose will always benefit others. This is why purpose-driven people don't give up when things get hard, because they know that their work has the power to impact lives. They understand that when they fulfill their calling, they not only change their own lives, but also create a ripple effect that touches the world around them. But here's the truth: purpose is tested. Life will challenge you to see if you are truly committed to your calling. There will be moments when quitting seems easier, when distractions tempt you to take a different path, or when fatigue makes you question your mission. But staying purpose-driven means holding on, even when the way forward feels unclear. It means trusting the process, knowing that the fulfillment of your purpose is not always visible in the short term. It's about faith that your work will matter, even if the results are not immediate. Purpose-driven people also know that fulfillment is found not at the finish line, but in the journey itself. They understand that purpose is not just about achieving a goal, but about becoming the person you were created to be in the process. Every challenge, every triumph, and every lesson along the way is shaping you. Staying purpose-driven means embracing the journey with all its twists and turns, knowing that the destination is only part of the reward. The real reward is the growth, strength, and wisdom you gain along the way. Ultimately, staying purpose-driven transforms your life. It gives you the strength to persevere, the clarity to focus, and the courage to stand firm when the road gets tough. It aligns your actions with your values, ensuring that your life is not wasted on trivial pursuits, but invested in what truly matters. Purpose-driven living creates a sense of fulfillment that no amount of success or achievement can provide, because it connects you to the reason you exist. So stay committed to your purpose. Guard it against distractions. Nurture it through reflection. Pursue it with courage. And trust that in the end, a purpose-driven life is not only a life of significance, it is a life well-lived. Excuses are the enemies of progress. They are the stories we tell ourselves to justify why we haven't achieved what we are capable of achieving. An excuse is nothing more than a lie wrapped in justification. It allows you to stay comfortable in mediocrity while blaming circumstances, people, or challenges for your lack of action. But the truth is this: as long as excuses exist in your mind, success will remain out of your reach. Eliminating excuses is not just about what you achieve, it's about who you become. It is the decision to take full responsibility for your life, knowing that excuses weaken you, but ownership strengthens you. Excuses disguise themselves as reasons. They sound convincing, reasonable, and even logical. But make no mistake, an excuse, no matter how well dressed, is still an excuse. It is the voice that tells you, I don't have enough time, or I would have succeeded if I had more support. Or the conditions aren't right. But the mentally strong know that conditions will never be perfect, and waiting for the perfect moment is just another excuse in disguise. They understand that the path to greatness is paved not with ideal circumstances, but with consistent action, even when the odds are against you. Eliminating excuses begins with the realization that life does not owe you anything. No one is responsible for your success but you. The world may present obstacles, but whether you overcome them is entirely your choice. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. Every time you blame your situation, someone else, or external circumstances, you surrender your power. But when you eliminate excuses, you take that power back. You declare, no matter what happens, I will take ownership of my life. That is the mindset of the mentally strong. Excuses are often born out of fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of hard work, and even fear of success. But the mentally strong confront fear head on. They refuse to let fear become an excuse for inaction. They understand that fear is a part of the journey, not a reason to avoid it. They know that every excuse they eliminate brings them one step closer to their potential. Progress is impossible without responsibility. When you stop making excuses, you stop waiting for life to happen to you, and you start making life happen. Eliminating excuses also means rejecting victim mentality. The victim mindset says, this happened to me, so I can't succeed. But a purpose-driven life cannot coexist with a victim mentality. You may not have control over what others do to you, but you are always in control of how you respond. The mentally strong refuse to see themselves as victims. Instead, they see every challenge as an opportunity to grow, every obstacle as a stepping stone, and every setback as a setup for a comeback. Excuses give you permission to settle. They allow you to stay in your comfort zone, avoiding the discomfort that growth requires. But nothing great is ever achieved inside the comfort zone. Growth demands that you stretch, struggle, and face resistance. The mentally strong embrace this process because they know that eliminating excuses is the first step toward unlocking their potential. Every excuse you hold on to is a chain that binds you to the status quo. But the moment you let go of excuses, you break free from the limitations they impose. Eliminating excuses is also about accountability. It is the decision to hold yourself responsible for every choice you make, every action you take, and every goal you pursue. It means refusing to blame others or external factors for what you have or haven't achieved. Accountability empowers you. It gives you control over your destiny because you no longer wait for circumstances to change. You change yourself to meet the circumstances. The mentally strong don't make excuses, they make adjustments. It is easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others and using that comparison as an excuse. They have more resources than I do, they had better opportunities, but comparison only breeds excuses and stifles growth. Your journey is your own, and it requires your best effort, not your best excuse. The mentally strong understand that their only competition is who they were yesterday. They focus on what they can control, and they leave no room for comparison to hold them back. Eliminating excuses also means making peace with imperfection. Many people delay action, waiting for the perfect plan, the perfect conditions, or the perfect time. But the mentally strong know that perfection is an illusion. They understand that it's better to take imperfect action than to make perfect excuses. Progress is made through movement, not waiting. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. But excuses keep you standing still, paralyzed by overthinking and procrastination. Eliminating excuses is not about being harsh on yourself, it's about being honest with yourself. It's about recognizing where you have allowed excuses to slow you down and making the decision to change. It's about owning your flaws, acknowledging your weaknesses, and choosing to grow anyway. Mentally strong people are not perfect, but they are persistent. They know that excuses are the enemy of persistence, and so they eliminate them without apology. Ultimately, eliminating excuses is about freedom. It frees you from the need to explain your failures and justify your inaction. It frees you from the limitations imposed by fear and self-doubt. And most importantly, it frees you to become who you were meant to be. Every excuse you eliminate brings you closer to your true potential. It clears the path between where you are and where you want to be. The mentally strong live by one simple truth: you either make excuses or you make progress, but you cannot do both. They understand that excuses will always be available, but so will opportunities. The choice is yours. You can spend your life explaining why you didn't achieve your goals, or you can spend it achieving them. Success belongs to those who are willing to let go of excuses, take full responsibility for their lives, and pursue their purpose with unwavering commitment. The people you surround yourself with shape your mindset, influence your actions, and determine the quality of your journey. Your environment has the power to either elevate you to greatness or pull you down to mediocrity. No one becomes mentally strong by accident. It requires intentional relationships with people who align with your values, challenge your thinking, and push you toward your purpose. When you surround yourself wisely, you create a support system that nurtures your growth, strengthens your resolve, and keeps you accountable to your goals. You see, relationships are like soil. Some nourish you while others drain you. If you plant yourself in toxic soil, even with great potential, you will struggle to grow. But when you immerse yourself in healthy, uplifting environments, you flourish. The people around you are either fertilizer or weeds. They will either help you grow or choke your progress. Mentally strong individuals understand that growth demands pruning. They have the courage to let go of relationships that no longer align with their vision and invest in those that empower them to become their best. Choosing who you surround yourself with is not just about comfort, it's about purpose. Not everyone in your life is meant to walk every part of the journey with you. Some relationships are seasonal, and holding on to people who no longer serve your growth will hinder your progress. Mentally strong people recognize this truth, not with bitterness, but with wisdom. They release relationships that drain their energy, knowing that the right people will propel them forward, not hold them back. When you surround yourself wisely, you position yourself to learn, grow, and be challenged. You need people in your life who see the best in you, even when you can't see it in yourself, and who call you higher. These are the people who remind you of your purpose when you feel like giving up, who hold you accountable when you drift off course, and who celebrate your progress without envy. The mentally strong are intentional about surrounding themselves with those who inspire, encourage, and stretch them beyond their current limits. But it's not just about finding people who make you feel good, it's about surrounding yourself with people who make you better. Growth requires challenge. The people who care about you the most are not the ones who tell you what you want to hear, but the ones who tell you what you need to hear. They are the ones who confront you with truth even when it's uncomfortable. These individuals won't let you settle for less than your best. They challenge your thinking, push you to new levels, and hold you accountable to your potential. Mentally strong people also recognize the importance of alignment. You cannot build a meaningful life in the company of those who don't share your values. When you are surrounded by people who prioritize shortcuts, excuses, or negativity, it becomes difficult to stay focused on your purpose. But when you walk with those who share your vision, who believe in hard work, and who are committed to growth, you gain strength from their presence. Their energy fuels yours, and together you create momentum towards success. Surrounding yourself wisely also means being mindful of negativity. There will always be those who doubt your dreams, criticize your efforts, and try to discourage you from moving forward. Their words are like weights pulling you down with every step. But mentally strong people protect their mind from toxic influence. They understand that negativity is contagious, and even a small amount can derail your progress. They limit their exposure to negative voices and intentionally seek out those who uplift and encourage them. It's not just about finding people who inspire you. You also need people who will journey with you through the hard times. True strength is built not in isolation but in community. When life becomes overwhelming and your resolve is tested, the right people will stand with you. They will remind you that you are not alone, that the struggle is temporary, and that you have what it takes to keep going. These are the people who will carry you when you feel too weak to move forward and celebrate your victories as if they were their own. Surrounding yourself wisely also requires humility. You need to position yourself in environments where you can learn. Mentally strong people are not afraid to be the least knowledgeable person in the room. They welcome the opportunity to grow through mentorship and meaningful connections. They seek out those who have already traveled the path they are on and are willing to learn from their experiences. They understand that the right relationships provide wisdom that shortcuts cannot replace. But wise relationships are not one-sided, they require reciprocity. The mentally strong are not just consumers, they are also contributors. They recognize that healthy relationships involve both giving and receiving. They are intentional about adding value to others, offering encouragement, support, and accountability in return. They build connections rooted in mutual respect and trust, knowing that iron sharpens iron. Lastly, surrounding yourself wisely means understanding that the people you spend the most time with influence your future. Show me your closest relationships, and I will show you the direction of your life. If you want to be mentally strong, surround yourself with those who embody the strength, discipline, and values you aspire to. Your environment matters. Your relationships matter. The people around you have the power to either propel you into your destiny or delay your progress. So choose wisely. Be intentional about who you allow into your circle. Invest in relationships that challenge you, inspire you, and align with your purpose. Surround yourself with those who believe in your potential, who encourage your growth, and who hold you accountable to becoming your best. And above all, remember this: your future is too valuable to be shaped by the wrong company. Surround yourself wisely, and you will gain the strength to become all that you were created to be.